So you're wanting to come to Orlando for vacation, and you have two options. You have Universal Orlando and you have Walt Disney World. Today, I'm going to tell you why you should choose Universal Orlando for your vacation this summer, and why it may be a sleeper for you, and why it may change your life completely. We now live in a world where there is more than one option to go to a theme park than just one big name, and that name is Universal Orlando. Actually, they've been around since the early 90s, but you get what I'm saying. But there for a while, it seemed like Universal wasn't really that big of a competitor for Walt Disney World until recent years. But in this video, I'm going to break down 5 reasons why you should choose Universal Orlando over the other guys down the street, because we just feel you get the better value. So let's start with number 1, money. Money is going to be your biggest thing that you're going to save by going to Universal Orlando. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number 1, the park ticket prices over at Disney World. Right now, in the month of June, at the highest date, you're looking at park tickets for just Magic Kingdom being $189 and Hollywood Studios being $179. That is for one park. The same day over at Universal Orlando for a 2-park 1-day ticket is $174. $174 for 2 parks, 1 day. Now going back to Disney World, the $189 is without the park hopper option. Just to let you know, that is a 1-day ticket at Walt Disney World is $189, $179 for Hollywood Studios. Over at Universal, you get 2 parks in 1 day for $174. That is a much better value to me. As well, if you want to just do 1 park 1 day, it's $119. So that's a huge difference. So that's over a $60 value for if you want to do 2 parks versus 1. Universal just makes sense when it comes to the price on park tickets. Now, let's talk about hotels. Now, we could go through a lot of hotels on this, but we're not going to do so because we would just spend way too much time. Over at Walt Disney World in the month of June, the second week of June, I was looking at the All-Star Resort just to see how much it would cost. Now, the All-Star Resorts are Disney World's value resorts. For 1 night, it is $193 for 1 night. Over at Universal Orlando, I chose Universal's Endless Summer, and that is $170. So even there, you are saving money with the value resorts. Now, we do understand that you can find cheaper hotels maybe outside of Universal and Disney World, but the problem with that is you do not get the transportation that you would if you stay on property. So we always suggest you stay on property. So once again, Universal wins when it comes to money. Now you can get down to the technicals and talk about restaurants and stuff like that, but we all know the biggest bulk of what we spend is on park tickets and our hotel stays. So for me, Universal still wins when it comes to money. The second reason you should choose Universal Orlando this summer is for the simple fact that new things are happening. And it's not just one ride reopening, it's several things. Universal Orlando has a whole section opening in DreamWorks Land, which opens actually next week for pass holders. We're going to get a preview of that. And then on June 14th, it opens to the public. So everyone can do so and go there. But not also that, Universal's starting a brand new drone show from the lagoon at Universal Studios, which also starts on June 14th, which is going to be amazing. A brand new Hogwarts show over at Islands of Adventure. And in July, a brand new parade coming to Universal Orlando. So there's something new going on always. And not to mention Universal, if you're not familiar with Universal, they have this thing called the Tribute Store. And every season they change the Tribute Store out to something different. Well, we got confirmation that Universal is going to be putting out a retro movie store Tribute Store. So that is coming in June, most likely, and maybe at the end of May, but most likely it'll be June. And in tomorrow's video, we'll cover all that and we'll talk about all that, and you guys will see us inside the actual park. So, number 2 is new things coming to Universal. While down the road, there's only one attraction opening and maybe some bears reopening, talking about singing about some things. But other than that, Universal's got it going on. Number 3, Harry Potter. There is plenty to do here in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. You have 2 separate lands, Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. You can choose which one you want to go to. Hogsmeade is in Islands of Adventure. Diagon Alley is in Universal Studios. The thing is this immersive land is far different than anything else around. If your kids love Harry Potter, if you enjoy Harry Potter, you will not be disappointed with stuff like butterbeer ice cream, butterbeer candy, and not just that, but Ollivander's wand shop where you can visit and have the best experience possible. Also, the attractions within there, Escape from Gringotts, Forbidden Journey, and of course, Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which is the big one. That is the one everyone is going for. But not only that, there's immersive restaurants there as well. 3 Broomsticks and Leaky Cauldron transport you like you have never seen before, and it's just like you are brand new to the land and you are actually visiting the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Now, while the other park might take you to the galaxy far, far away, and they do a good job of that, I don't feel like this land that they offer is as immersive as the Harry Potter experience with the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal. Number 4, and for me this is a big one, as someone that is not a fan of crowds, Universal has less crowds. Now, this may change over the course of time because as Universal gets more and more popular, but Universal Orlando just consistently has less crowds. The wait times are better than across the street, and they just seem like there's a more flow and a more relaxed atmosphere here at Universal Orlando. With that being said, yes, both parks offer their great ambiance and everything else that they give off, but the thing is something about Universal just being a place of relaxation. If you go to the park and you just want to chill in the park, you don't have to worry about, running into huge amounts of crowds. There's usually always a corner somewhere that you can go sit down on a bench and hide from everyone. There's always something going on at Universal or somewhere that you can go hide. Over at the other place, there's so many people that sometimes you can't hear yourself think. Now, this isn't necessarily a knock on that because business is booming over there, of course. And of course, like I said, Universal eventually will probably get to the point to where they will be crazy as well. But for now, Universal dealing with less crowds there is much more manageable, and I feel like you get much more time. Like, you will see rides like Hagrid's Motorbike Creature Adventure go pretty high, but it's not like it's going to take your whole day. When my family was here a few months ago and we went to Disney World, did Disney World, the wait times were just insane. And the only way to get past that is by buying a Lightning Lane, which they offer fairly cheap, which means other people are going to buy it as well. So is it really a value? And a sub note on that from Universal is they offer Express Pass, which you can buy. And if you're a Premier Pass holder, you get free Express Pass for one attraction after 4 p.m. until close. So it's pretty amazing stuff that Universal is offering there. But just less crowds, less to deal with. It's just a better environment. It's just a quieter environment. Just trust me on that. And number 5, if you are looking for a vacation full of thrills, you're gonna find it at Universal Orlando. They have attractions that are just above and beyond better and more exciting. They really don't have any slow boat rides or an abundance of them. Usually every ride has a thrill, even from Men in Black to Fast and Furious, which is not a park favorite, to other great adventures like The Mummy, and as well as VillainCon Minion Blast. There's always something there that is fun, immersive, and it's just more of a thrill. And of course you have Velocicoaster, which is insane. So with that being said, thrill rides is another reason why you should go to Universal Orlando. And of course, we have so many more subnotes that we could talk about, but Universal Orlando is where it is at, and I think that you should go there and you should take a chance. If you're more curious about what Universal Orlando has to offer, make sure you subscribe to this channel because we go to Universal all the time. We cover the parks, new updates, everything else that's going on. And by the way, Universal has a brand new theme park opening next year. Yeah, it's like the first one in like 20 years. They're opening it next year and it's gonna blow everybody's mind. It's called Epic Universe. Check out that video down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, the road goes ever on. I will see you, hopefully, at Universal.